What happens if a chain smoker quits smoking suddenly? My Uncle Bobby had been smoking 3 packs a day for 27 years. Started when he was 15, never stopped. We're talking 90 cigarettes every single day. His fingers were permanently yellow, his teeth looked like corn kernels, and he smelled like an ashtray that had been set on fire. Every family gathering, Bobby would disappear every 20 minutes to smoke. Christmas dinner, weddings, funerals, didn't matter. He'd be outside puffing away while everyone else was inside talking. His wife Linda had been begging him to quit for decades. She'd throw away his cigarettes, hide his lighters, even tried to get the whole family to do an intervention. Nothing worked. Bobby would just buy more smokes and keep going. Then Linda got diagnosed with lung cancer. Never smoked a day in her life, but all those years of secondhand smoke had finally caught up to her. The doctor looked Bobby straight in the eye and said, "Your wife is dying because of your habit." That night, Bobby threw away every cigarette in the house and went cold turkey. No patches, no gum, no gradual reduction. Just stopped completely after 27 years of chain smoking. What happened next was absolutely insane. Day 1 seemed okay. Bobby was determined, kept saying he could handle it. By day 2, he was sweating constantly even though it was freezing outside. His hands wouldn't stop shaking and he couldn't sit still for more than 5 minutes. Day 3 was when things got really weird. Bobby started having these vivid hallucinations. He'd see cigarettes everywhere. On the kitchen counter, floating in the air, people offering him smokes that weren't actually there. He'd reach for them and grab nothing but air. By day 4, Bobby hadn't slept in 72 hours. He was pacing around the house like a caged animal, muttering to himself about needing just one cigarette. Linda was getting scared because he wasn't acting like himself at all. The physical symptoms were getting worse too. Bobby couldn't stop coughing, but it wasn't a normal cough. He was bringing up this thick, black, tar-like substance that had been coating his lungs for decades. The smell was absolutely horrible, like something had died inside his chest. Day 5 was the breaking point. Bobby's withdrawal symptoms were so severe that Linda called an ambulance. His heart was racing at over 150 beats per minute. He was having panic attacks every few hours, and he kept talking to people who weren't there. At the hospital, the doctor explained that Bobby's body had become so dependent on nicotine that quitting suddenly was actually dangerous. His nervous system was completely out of whack. They had to put him on medication just to keep his heart rate stable. But here's the crazy part. Around day 7, something clicked. Bobby woke up and for the first time in almost 3 decades, he didn't immediately think about cigarettes. The hallucinations stopped, his hands weren't shaking, and he could actually taste food properly. He said it was like someone had turned up the volume on everything. Colors looked brighter, smells were more intense, and he could breathe deeper than he had since high school. Bobby lost 12 pounds in 2 weeks just because food tasted so good that he wasn't smoking instead of eating. The weirdest change was his personality. For years, Bobby had been irritable and grumpy, especially between cigarettes. Turns out that wasn't just his personality. It was constant nicotine withdrawal. Once that was out of his system, he became this cheerful, energetic person we barely recognized. Linda made a full recovery from her cancer, and Bobby never touched another cigarette. But he still has nightmares about smoking sometimes. He'll wake up in a panic thinking he's back to 3 packs a day until Linda reminds him he's been clean for 8 years now. The doctor said Bobby's case was extreme because of how much he was smoking and for how long. Most people don't have hallucinations or heart problems when they quit, but when your body has been running on nicotine for almost 30 years, stopping suddenly can literally shock your system. Bobby always tells people who want to quit smoking to do it gradually or with medical supervision. Going cold turkey might seem brave, but it can actually be dangerous if you're a heavy smoker. Your body needs time to remember how to function without constantly being poisoned. The best part is that Bobby's sense of smell came back so strong that he became obsessed with cooking. Now he makes these elaborate meals for Linda every night, experimenting with spices and herbs he couldn't even taste before.